Let's solve a couple fairly easy logarithmic equations. So on the one on the left-hand side, what we want to note first is our log is on one side all by itself. And we have a number here, it's going to go on the other side. So to get started, we're going to use the definition of logarithmic function, listed here in the middle in the red box, to go from logarithmic form over to exponential form. So I like to start out and identify what our base is, which is going to be the subscript on this logarithm. So in our case, on the left-hand side, the base is 3. So I begin with that. I'm going to go ahead and say 3 is going to be raised to what power? Well, it kind of looks like 3 is raised to what's on the inside of the parentheses here. So when I rewrite it in exponential form, I know it's not going to be 3 raised to the 4x minus 7. Instead, we use the 2 that's on the other side. So it's going to be 3 raised to the second power equals, well, we haven't used what's on the inside yet, so it goes on the other side. So 4x minus 7. All right, this equation doesn't have any logs, so it's going to be pretty easy to solve down. All right, we have 3 to the second power, which works out to be 9, equals 4x minus 7, and that's just a nice linear equation. So we've got all the x's on the right-hand side. Let's go ahead and move all the constants to the left-hand side. So to do so, we'll add 7, because negative 7 and positive 7 makes 0 over there on the right-hand side. And we'll end up with 9 plus 7 makes 16. 4x remains on the right-hand side. And to finish this up, we need to get the x all by itself. We'll divide to get rid of that 4. All right, so on the right-hand side, we'll end up with x. And on the left-hand side, we can reduce this down and get a little bit better solution. 16 divided by 4 makes 4. All right, the last thing we'd probably want to do is just double check, make sure that value for x works, and we get an actual result here. So to do so, I'm going to go plug it back in where the x was in the original. So it'd be 4 times 4 goes in for our x, minus 7, which works out to be 16 minus 7, which again is 9. All right, 9 is a positive result for overall everything on the inside of this log. What we're double checking for is to make sure we didn't end up with a negative on the inside of our log, or else that would be a problem and we'd have to throw out that result for x. The one on the right-hand side should be pretty easy. What we're going to do is follow the same idea. We're going to first identify our base is 7, and that's not going to be raised to the x power, it's going to be raised to the second power, and the x goes on the other side. So we end up with 7 squared, which is really just 7 times 7, which makes 49. So x equals 49. It's a positive value. Remember, if we plug it back in here, it's going to be an overall positive value inside the logarithm. So that's our solution. All right, hope this helps out. Keep practicing these definition of logarithmic equations, the logarithmic function, and be confident about switching over to exponential form. Good luck.